Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Jaiji Press, Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi plans to propose 3 key principles on energy security at the upcoming Group of 7 summit in France, which opens on Monday. Through this proposal, Takaichi aims to garner support from G7 partners for the Partnership on Wide Energy and Resources Resilience, or POWER Asia. This initiative serves as an energy assistance framework designed for nations encountering difficulties in procuring crude oil due to the worsening situation in the Middle East. Additionally, the proposal intends to lay the groundwork for expanding strategic oil reserves through enhanced international collaboration. Government sources indicated that Takaichi hopes to have these principles reflected in the summit's final outcome document. The 3 proposed principles call for ensuring free and transparent energy trade, strengthening oil reserves in close cooperation with the International Energy Agency (IEA), and fostering stronger cooperation between oil-producing and oil-consuming countries. According to a report by the Asahi Shimbun, Taiwan's Coast Guard has declared that its maritime sovereignty cannot be violated by China's attempts to establish a false impression of jurisdiction. This response came after China concluded a special maritime traffic law enforcement operation off Taiwan's eastern shores. China initiated the patrol in reaction to announcements by Japan and the Philippines that they would begin formal talks regarding their maritime boundaries, which Beijing interpreted as involving waters near Taiwan. During the operation, Chinese state media reported that its forces inspected 198 passing vessels, addressed violations on 3 ships, and patrolled undersea cable zones. However, Taiwan's Coast Guard firmly rejected Beijing's claims, stating that China has no jurisdiction in these waters. Taiwan asserted that its vessels would continue to forcefully expel any foreign ships claiming jurisdiction to ensure the freedom and safety of navigation. Despite Beijing's refusal to recognize Taiwan's sovereignty and its near-daily military deployments around the island, Taiwanese President Lai Ching-te has consistently offered talks, which Beijing has rebuffed. According to a report by Liane Zhaobao, the closure of the Strait of Hormuz has forced energy transport to detour to alternative routes in the Red Sea. As a result, the number of oil tankers passing through Egypt's Suez Canal in April surged by nearly 1/3, significantly boosting the canal's revenues to their highest monthly level since early 2024. Data from the Central Agency for Public Mobilization and Statistics, CAPMAS, of Egypt revealed that 529 oil tankers passed through the canal in April, representing a 28% year-on-year increase. Overall shipping volume also grew by 14% with 1,182 vessels of all types. Consequently, the Suez Canal's revenue rose by 27% year-on-year to $419 million. Experts note that while the canal's traffic previously declined due to Houthi attacks in the southern Red Sea, the spillover effects of regional conflicts have unexpectedly made the Suez Canal a net beneficiary. The canal continues to serve as an essential source of foreign exchange for Egypt, alongside tourism and overseas remittances. According to Nippon TV News (NNN), the Japanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry in China released its annual white paper on June 11th, summarizing business requests to the Chinese government. The document, based on a survey of over 8,100 Japanese companies operating in China, highlighted growing concerns over China's export controls on dual-use goods. The white paper noted that since the implementation of these export controls, triggered by diplomatic tensions, the restrictions have begun affecting civilian-use rare earth elements, causing disruptions for Japanese businesses. The chamber urged the Chinese government to ensure the appropriate operation of these rules, while welcoming China's extension of visa-free entry for Japanese citizens until the end of the year. The white paper also raised other critical issues. It requested the removal of the ban on Japanese marine products and raised concerns about prolonged screening processes and sudden cancellations of music performances by Japanese artists. Additionally, it called for regulatory relaxation to facilitate the sale of Japanese nursing care products in China's aging market. Chamber Chairman Tatsuro Homa emphasized that political and diplomatic friction should not be allowed to impede corporate operations and cultural exchanges. According to a report by Liberty Times, Pakistan has urged all conflicting parties in the Middle East to resolve their disputes through diplomacy and negotiations, following a major escalation in regional tensions. This call came after Iran's Revolutionary Guard announced missile attacks targeting several U.S. military bases in Jordan, Kuwait, and Bahrain. Pakistan's foreign ministry expressed deep concern over the escalating hostilities, emphasizing that diplomacy and dialogue must remain the core principles for reaching any negotiated settlement. To support these mediation efforts, Pakistani Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi recently concluded a visit to Iran, where he delivered a letter and a verbal message from Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif to the Iranian leadership. Although recent hostile actions have cast a shadow over the peace process, Pakistan's foreign ministry stated that it has not lost hope and continues to actively mediate in hopes of ending the conflict. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.